two characteristics of a web page that Google considers in its ranking evaluation is called the bounce rate and the clickback. So the bounce back is when your users don't click through to another web page on your website and they exit right from where they land. Well, this is not necessarily a bad thing, because again, if they've heard about you and they're coming onto your home page and they're just looking for your phone number or your address or driving directions and you have all of that on your home page, then your bounce rate may be a little bit higher. But what you want to look at is the bounce rate on your internal pages, especially to see if the people that are showing up on your blog posts, your pages about different services and you offer, are they bouncing off right away? If they are, then you need to look into, is the copy on the website compelling? Is the layout look good, again, on a mobile device? So that's important things to look at. So the user will either leave the web page by entering a new URL or by clicking a link that will leave the site. So that's what a bounce rate is all about. The click back is slightly different. So when a user reaches your web page, then it determines that the site sucks or it's unrelated and clicks the back button on their browser to return to the initial search results. Google will trace the amount of time spent on the web page before the users click back. And that way, again, why that's important, let's say they search for childcare, Reno, Nevada, they saw the first result there, they clicked on it, went over to that page and saw that the childcare center is nearby and it's something they're interested. They still may just write down the phone number, write down the address, whatever the case may be, and click back. So the amount of time that they actually stay on that home page is measured by Google, and the longer they stay, the better it helps with your ranking. So that's what clickbacks are all about. And again, just like bounce rate, some of it can be bad and some of it can be good, but our ideal is if you have your phone number in the upper right-hand corner of your website, if you have the phone number easily displayed, the hours of operations easily displayed, they'll stay on there long enough to get the information they need, and then they'll either bounce off or they'll click back. And so just be aware that these two characteristics are considered in the ranking process for your website and your mobile site as well. All right, another question. So how do I design, Julie asks, how do I design content that can be read both on a mobile phone and on a desktop? Julie, what you do is the themes that we use, for example, because they're built already with a mobile responsive built into the theme, the way the home page, for example, lays out is more in block style today. So it knows put this block over top of that block as it goes through and does that. And so as you do that, you can, basically what we do today is we design the whole home page, and then we go back and start looking on a mobile device and making sure that it looks good for the home page. Then you take the next page that you've got in there, programs page, for example, and you do the same thing. So when you're building that website, where you used to just look at online and how it looked online and on your desktop, now you're looking at actually online on your smartphone. Now there are simulators that will give you what it's going to look like on an iPhone, what it's going to look like on an Android device. And our preference is we just do it right on the device so we see the real deal, not something that's simulated. Google search rankings for mobile optimized sites. So this was a question asked by BJ a little bit earlier. So we talked about how they'll bounce to another site that the user can read. So if you're still got an old site and you're having to push and pull and move around to even try to read anything, that's not a well-optimized site. It's bad for SEO, and they'll almost immediately click back to search results, leading to a low click back time, which is also bad for SEO. So Google's algorithm tracks whether you have a bad or low quality content, which will cause a drop in your ranking. There are significant penalties for websites that do not meet the guidelines for mobile optimization. So again, that's something that we study continually to figure out how to keep a website mobile optimized, because remember, mobile first. And then if you're serious about improving your organic traffic or not losing your current rankings, you should optimize the website for mobile, and if necessary, make the change. Buy a new website so that you are mobile friendly or mobile responsive. And then if you want to see those results, you can see them in Google Analytics and tracking, which was in our pay-per-click webinar. And you can find that online. So 91% of mobile usage involves some sort of social activity. So remember, that little device that you have, 91% of the time, it's by somebody that came through some kind of social activity. Maybe they were on Facebook, saw your Facebook page, clicked on, see the website, and now they're on your mobile device, on your website, because they came through Facebook. So you have to be aware of that, and 91% is a significant amount. If your business is using social marketing of any kind, there's a good chance that your incoming traffic will be accessing your site via the mobile devices. As I said, with childcare especially, what we've noticed is it used to be about 60% desktop, 40% mobile. And that was just like last summer. And then since then, just 1 year later, we're now seeing 40% desktop, 60+% coming from mobile device. And then to make sure that you're getting great conversion rates, the third factor here is you want to make sure that there's an easy way for them to share the content from the website and spread the word of mouth. So click here buttons, again, buttons that attach them back to the social platform, so they can click right on, say again, Facebook. Maybe they're looking at your website. They click over to Facebook, they find their friend, and they say, hey, George, check out this childcare center. I know you've been looking for quite a while. Kent asked a question here. What about expandable content on mobile? Kent, are you asking about what we refer to as accordion content that's hidden? If you could just type that in the question box, that would help. I'll answer your question. People are more likely to take action and succumb to your calls to action while on mobile. So that's when you're going to get the best there. Desktop means people are more distracted. They have too many tabs open. And mobile means that they're just focusing on one thing, which is great user engagement on that one item. Let's see what Kent has to say over here. All right, so what Kent's asking about is there's websites out there that are starting to use little plus signs where you'll see, for example, the frequently asked question, and then you click the plus sign and it'll open up, and behind that there's content answering that question. 12 months ago, that Google did not consider that acceptable practice, and so ignored that content. But since it went to mobile first, it now is in fact including that as a good way to put content out there, and it actually is a factor in your ranking. Conversions are higher on mobile devices if you have compelling content, and of course it's optimized. And remember, optimized means a lot of different things, from the title on the page to the H1 tag of what the topic matter is all about, and then are the right number of keywords used in the content without being spammy. There's a whole process that goes in, and that's why most of the time you're much better off to hire a professional web designer who is also a marketing person. As we say here at Local Child Care Marketing, we're not a design company, we're a marketing company that does design. And we think that's incredibly significant, because we see many websites that are amazingly designed and have very poor SEO factors involved. And just recently, I've actually sold 2 people brand new websites, and they'd only built their websites within the last 6 months, just because they, like I say, they looked amazing, but it was harder to fix the optimization issues than it was to just rebuild the website. So take that into account as you're going along.